They're gonna be sleeped up with some sloozy, getting dang on STDs. Hey, yeah, I'm old school with it, my apologies. You know what I'm saying? You're probably gonna be in the midst of all types of foolishness. Read that again.
Isaiah chapter 5 verse 11. Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink.
Sisters, don't get drunk. You get drunk, you get abused. You've been abused enough. Isaiah 1 and 5. Don't get drunk. How y'all doing? We're doing good. We're out here teaching our people their nationality, their history. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 1 verse 5. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint. From the sole of the foot, even unto the head, there is no soundness in it.
So there's no soundness in our people. The brother say he needs some medicine. The Bible is the medicine to fix all cures. It's here. Sirach 16:20 and Psalms. Yeah, give me that Sirach. The Bible is the medicine to clean up our communities.
Why blacks went to slavery?
Why did blacks go into slavery? That's a really good question. What's your name, sir?
My name is Mike. We went into slavery because other blacks put us in slavery.
Why?
Okay, that's the story, right?
The white man was behind it.
Okay.
And they got tricked.
Why is that allowed?
So, do you know that slavery is recorded in the Bible?
Yes.
Do you know it's recorded why it would happen to a specific group of people? Because it's a lot of black people. You got black East Indians, you got black Chinese people, black Japanese people that's dark, but all black people ain't the same people. Did you know that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a specific group of people that God says, y'all obey me, y'all gonna rule this planet.
Right, so they went to North Ghana because they were bigger Africans, so that's where they started slavery at.
It's different tribes of people. It's different people. You know what I'm saying? So all black people are not the same people. Let me read you what was read to 2081, Durham 28. What was read to a specific race of melanated people on the continent of Africa. Do you know the Bible takes place on the continent of Africa, right?
Which Bible are you reading from?
We're reading from the KJV 1611.
Okay.
Read it.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So God said to this melanated black people, he says, if y'all obey me, I'm going to set y'all above every other race on this planet. Verse 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So on the continent of Africa, the Lord told Moses to tell his chosen people, if y'all do not do what I say, and y'all go against the guidelines that I'm setting out for y'all, so y'all can rule this planet, if y'all go against that, he said, I'm going to put curses upon you. So we're going to read what was the purpose of these curses. Verse 46.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So the curses that God was going to put upon these black people on the continent of Africa was going to be for a sign. A sign is something that tells you something. Like I know I'm at the corner of Post Street because I see the sign. So if I can read these curses, I can see that, oh, that's God's people that was written about in the Bible. You follow me?
Right.
All right, read that.
For a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So it says, as long as these people are generating, he says it's going to be upon their seed forever. You're going to always see this sign. So we're going to read some of the signs to identify who the people are. Verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
So it says, your sons and your daughters will be taken from you and given to another race of people outside of your race. If you slide a little closer, that's sign 1. This is a slave auction block. You have a father, a mother, a baby, and these so-called Caucasian, their biblical names are Edomites, dividing up our families. The father was probably sold somewhere in Georgia, the mother was sold somewhere in Tennessee, and the son and the child went somewhere in Virginia. This is Bible prophecy, which became history.
So can I ask you a question?
Yes.
How does this translate into why Africans were enslaving their own?
Marie, I'm gonna answer that question for you.
Yep, Cesar Gregoria.
Exodus chapter 4 verse 22. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son.
The children of Israel are God's chosen people. Those are his children. He ain't dealing with nobody else. Read that again.
Even though, and that's in your Bible, not any other, not the Quran, but in the book that you're reading from,
Yeah, we'll be out here.
that it doesn't depict that we're all God's children.
The Bible is the only book on the planet that has prophecies. It's the most historically accurate book in the world. It is the #1 selling book in the world. And it talks about a people that will suffer this.
But didn't it say in, I can't quote the scripture right now, all scriptures are given by the Spirit of God, but it is God used man to ordain that writing. And so if man is writing, then they're bringing their own interpretation into the writing of those scriptures.
We're going to get that to you for you too. Hosea 11:1. And then give me that 1 Peter 1 and 2.
Hosea chapter 11 and verse 1. When Israel was a child, then I loved him. And
So Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, descended from Abraham, Isaac to Jacob on the continent of Africa. All black men. Is that all? This takes place on the continent of Africa. Melanated people. God says these people that I brought out of the hands of another black people, because the original Egyptians were black. Because they were tall, Sudanese, Watutsis. They like 7 foot. Kemba Batumbo, that's his bloodline. He descends from the ancient Egyptians.
But where I'm getting confused is if we're all God's children. And I believe we are. I do realize you're saying there are a chosen group of individuals.
No.
Chosen group of melanin people. But at the end of the day, we all spawn from God's seed.
Let me read that to you.
So why would he discriminate? That's just like me saying, I have a stepchild, I have a child that from another spouse, and then I have a child from someone else after I've divorced that spouse and got another child. But I'm gonna treat those two children differently.
Yeah, let me show you something like this,
But you
right?
over here, I ordained you, and so therefore you're gonna be my special child.
Yeah.
I thought God was love.
It's because I got you.
God is love. What's love?
You tell me.
Give me
I'm gonna
that.
learn.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna show you. We're gonna show you what God says love is. Because our condition of love is emotional. God's condition of love is based on what he says. Read what you got.
John
Didn't God give me the
chapter
emotion?
14 and verse 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
You see what the condition of love is with God?
I understand what
He
you're
said,
saying.
no,
But
I'm
didn't
not
he-
saying this.
But didn't he create me?
He did, but guess what he said?
Didn't he create me with these
Is
emotions?
these red writings? Is this red writings? So this is Jesus Christ,
Okay.
right?
All
Let's
scriptures-
read what Jesus
all
Christ says
scriptures
about
are
love.
given by
Read.
The Spirit of God.
If ye love me, keep my commandments.
We can't change what God said. That's what God said. So he's saying love to him is doing what he says.
Absolutely.
He created you to do what he says.
So,
That's it.
let me ask
Romans.
you this.
Give me that in Romans
so
9.
What about those people that you're saying are melanin people that are not the chosen people? If God is love, if he is love, and I know he is love, I know that he is love because I reference him.
Okay.
However, if he is love, why would his love discriminate?
That's not
against-
discrimination.
Wait a minute. Let me use my wording. Let me
Okay.
use it the way God has given it to me.
Go ahead.
Why would he discriminate against one child versus another child if he loves us? We're all the same.
So let me ask you something.
Okay.
Do you discriminate if you like a certain pair of shoes more than the other? Is that discrimination, or you just have a favorite?
I think shoes are a material
It
thing.
can, no, what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is
versus a human
to you,
person.
on my point. Let me make my point.
Okay.
My point is He's the creator. He can do what he wants. The same way as you being a person, right? If you choose to wear red shoes and those are your favorite shoes, and you say, does your black shoes feel indiscriminated because, hey, I like red shoes, so I'm going to wear red shoes? That's a choice.
I get your point. So, here's my point. If God is love, Galatians 2:20, all scriptures are, I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, I live. Yet not I, but the Christ that liveth in me. The life that I now live in the flesh, I live by the faith of God who loveth me and gaveth himself for me. That me does not just mean me, but it also means my sister here, my brother here, my sister here. So,
what is the condition that God said he loves you by?
May I make a point?
The thing is you're quoting scripture. I actually want to read it.
Galatians 2:20.
Read Galatians 2:20. Who was Paul talking to? The Galatians.
You tell me, I don't even know.
He was talking to other Israelites that lived in Galatia at the time.
But still God's
Scattered.
children.
Yeah.
Still God's children.
There's a difference between God. Is there children of the devil?
Still God's children.
I'm saying, is there children of the devil?
I think that all of us are
1 John
God's.
3:10.
I think all of us are God's children.
Everybody's
But we
not
can-
God's child.
We can choose. God created us all.
That doesn't make you his child.
Yes, it does.
That makes you,
He
he
said-
created you.
Yes.
That doesn't make you his child.
I-
Okay,
well,
let's read
I
the scripture.
choose to believe
Read
that.
1 John 3:10.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 10. And this, the children of God are manifest.
So it says, this is how you know that these are the children of God. Read.
And the children of the devil.
But now it says, but there's still this children of the devil. Go ahead.
Bring it out.
Whosoever doeth not righteousness.
So if you're not keeping the commandments that he said about that you love him, go ahead.
Is not of God.
You're not a child of God if you're not keeping God's commandments.
He didn't say,
You cannot change what God said.
but
That's what he said.
he didn't say not my child. He said
Read it
not
again.
of God.
Read it from the top.
Not of God.
In this, the children of God are manifest.
It says this is going to show you that you're manifested to be God's child.
Okay.
Read.
And the children of the devil.
This is also going to show you if you're a child of the devil. Read.
Whosoever doeth not righteousness.
If you're not doing God's commandments as he instructed, because righteousness, according to Deuteronomy 6:25, is keeping the commandments. If you're not doing that, this is the definition of what you just asked me. Read.
Is not of God.
It says that you're not God's child. If you're not doing, read that part again.
In this, the children of God are manifest, and the children of the devil. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of God.
You see that? That's simple. You cannot change what God said. Out of the devil. That's a choice.
You can choose to serve and obey God.
That's a choice.
Or choose, exactly. So,
So it's still a
if you
choice.
choose right
Now, naturally, y'all are children of God based upon what?
Based on God.
Based on nationality.
Okay.
Based on nationality.
Because if you choose not
Let me show you
if
something.
you choose not to do right now,
So what is
then
the
that
commandment-
makes you
what is
not
the
a child of
commandment that
God.
you should be keeping?
If you choose not
What
to
is the
do right,
commandment you should be
if you choose not to do right now,
Deuteronomy 22.
that makes you not a child of God.
Read.
That's basically what
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
That makes you a child of the devil if you're walking around in pants. Period. You quoting scriptures, but you got.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.